Hello and welcome back to the Authorpreneur Nuts and Bolts video series for self-published authors. My name is Garrett Robinson and I'm the full-time self-published author of the Nightblade series. Today we'll go over how to create and organize front matter within the Scrivener file for your novel. For those unfamiliar with the term, front matter refers to everything that comes in your book before the book itself begins. This should always include a copyright page, but can also include other things such as a title page, a dedication, or an introduction. One thing that's important to remember about front matter is that one size does not fit all. For example, if you'll be publishing to Smashwords, you need a very specific copyright page that matches Smashwords' strict guidelines for what goes in the front of your book. However, you will not want to use that same copyright page on any other edition of your book because it contains the words Smashwords Edition. You don't want that in Kindle or the Kobo bookstore. Similarly, you'll want different front matter for your print versions of your book. Formatting for ebook rarely works as is in a print title, and when you're going to the printed page, you have more graphical design options available to you. So let's get started using the same novel template that we created in the last video in the series. As always, if you don't yet own Scrivener, there are affiliate links to buy it in the description below. Those kick us a small percentage of the sale, and if you choose to use them, we can't thank you enough. In the last video, we created a front matter folder, which you can see here. Within it, we created 3 subfolders: Smashwords for the ebook you will publish via smashwords.com, ebook for all other ebook publishing platforms, and print for paperback or hardcover copies of your book. Let's construct our ebook front matter first. I'll create 4 new documents: a title page, a copyright page, a dedication, and an introduction. Many people will be fine with just a copyright page, but we'll learn all of them so that you can pick and choose what you want to have in your own book. The title page is simple. You need the title of your book and the author's name. To start with, center your text. Hit Command-R to show the ruler, and then drag the indent line to remove any indent. Indents don't look good on centered text. Your title should be a bit bigger than the body text of your book, so set the font size to 18. You'll want a bit of padding from the top of the page to your title. I personally like 6 lines, so just hit the return key 6 times to give yourself a nice pad from the top of the page to your title. Type the name of your book in caps, bold it if you want to, and then hit the return key 6 more times. Type your name, in caps or not, your choice. Finally, check the Compile As Is button on the right in the Inspector window. That will ensure that the title page exports exactly the way you've told it to. That should do it for the title page. When you format the ebook, you can fool around with the page spacing and font size to achieve the look you want, but I found that this configuration looks pretty good across most devices. The copyright page is pretty simple. You're probably safe finding a copyright page from any book you like, duplicating it, and then changing the name of the book and the author. Or, if you like, you can find a sample copyright page at sterlingandstone.net/copyright. And that link is also in the description. Paste that example into your book and then add your book title, your name, and your website at the end. Once you've added your website, let's make it a hyperlink. That way, people can access your website from within the book if they're reading on a smartphone or tablet. To hyperlink the URL, select and copy it, then go to Edit, Add Link. Select the Web option, paste your URL, and then click OK. Now, any reader of your book will be able to visit your website via the link in the ebook. Finally, before we move on, click the Compile As Is button again to ensure that the copyright page comes out exactly as you've formatted it. One quick note here, make sure you only include a link to your website and not to your Amazon page or any ebook selling site for that matter. This front matter will go out to every ebook sales site you want, from Kindle to Kobo to Barnes & Noble, and they don't allow links to competing ebook stores in their books. The dedication and introduction are quite simple. Obviously, these will be personal to you and your book, but there are a couple of formatting steps you can take to make them look good. On the dedication page, use the same font size as the rest of your book, center your text with no indent, make sure to include a 6-line buffer at the top of the page, and click the Compile As Is button. For your introduction, however, you should go for a look exactly like the rest of your book. So click on the left justified box, check the ruler to make sure you've got a 1/4 inch indent, use the same font and size as the rest of your book, and most importantly, do not check the Compile As Is button. When it comes time to format, this page will then come out looking like the rest of your novel, which is what you want. So we've completed formatting the front matter for our ebook that will go out to most platforms like Kindle, Kobo, Barnes & Noble, and so on. You can copy these files into the Smashwords folder because for the most part they'll be the exact same. But there are a couple of things that we have to change in order to meet Smashwords' strict publishing guidelines. First of all, Smashwords requires that the copyright page be the first item in your front matter, so drag your copyright page above your title page. Second, the copyright page itself has to change. Smashwords has an exact format that they require for their copyright pages. Again, you can find an example of the Smashwords copyright page at sterlingandstone.net/copyright. Paste it here, and then fill in your book title and name. That does it for Smashwords, which brings us to print. Print will vary wildly, depending on things like your trim size, your desired page count, and so on. But there are a couple of things you can do to enhance the look of your print books right away. First of all, when you export a file for print, it will actually pay attention to the fonts that you use. So go to your title page and change the font of your title and your author name to the same fonts that will be on your book cover. This creates a more unified look for the book as a whole. At this point, you shouldn't worry too much about font size because that's a graphic design choice that you won't need to think about until you're actually formatting your book for print. That about does it for front matter. Later, in the formatting section of the course, you'll learn how what we just did contributes to a well-designed, good presentation of your novel in ebook and paperback formats. And in an upcoming video, we'll learn how to use images to enhance the look of titles and your title page further. With this video, you can create great-looking front matter for an excellent presentation of your book. If you want to take your formatting to the next level, keep your eyes peeled for our upcoming video series, Advanced Scrivener Formatting for Self-Published Ebooks. It'll be available in a few weeks, and as soon as it is, we'll include a link in the description below. Thanks for watching this episode of the Authorpreneur Nuts and Bolts video series. As always, we're looking for ways to make this the best possible resource for self-published authors, so tell us what you want to know in the comments. We can't wait to see you for the next one, so don't forget to subscribe below, and as always, write on.